So, directed by Jason Connery. True story, and it's not a story that I knew because what I know about golf wouldn't fill the back of a golf ball, I suppose. Old Tom
Is
Morris.
there a back of a golf ball?
No, I was going to say postage stamp, and then I was trying to make it...
Back of a tee?
It's not a back of a tee. A tee is round.
Scorecard.
Back of a scorecard. No, that's quite a lot. You can get quite a lot on the back of a scorecard.
You don't know much about golf.
I don't know much about golf, but I do know...
What you like.
I love you, and I know that. Anyway, so old Tom Morris and young Tom Morris, the latter of whom won his first Open Championship at the age of 17, making the youngest major champion in golf history, a record which apparently still stands. And believe me, if I'm saying that in that way, it's because, as I said, I don't know much about golf at all. So at the beginning of it, we have Peter Mullen as old Tom, who is approached by a journalist for his story. He says there is only one story that he actually wants to tell, which is that of his son. He is the greenskeeper to the Royal and Ancient Gold Club of St Andrews. He's a brilliant player. This is the father. But his young son, played by Jack Loudon, is equally talented, but doesn't go in for all the doffing the cap and, caddying to the rich and kowtowing to what they want. What he wants is something altogether more modern, to be rewarded for his own skills, to be taken seriously in his own right, to be given access to the golf club, to become somebody who is, his own man, essentially. And initially, the supporting cast, including Sam Neill, who is the captain of the club, are really, really sort of against all of this. But the fact of the matter is they cannot argue with his skill, and they need his skill. Meanwhile, he cannot argue with his growing love for Meg Drillan, who is played by Ophelia Lovibond, who is a more worldly woman, who says to him at the beginning, I am 5 years older than you. Go find yourself, however much, go find yourself somebody younger. He, however, doesn't care.
What happened to you?
Golf's a lot rougher than you think.
I don't think about golf at all.
You think about me?
Listen to Mr. Champion of Scotland.
Oh, no, just a greenkeeper's son stands before you.
Well, you're standing in my way.
So what time do you finish your work?
How old are you, Tommy Morris?
How old do you think I am?
I'm 28 years old. Best find yourself a schoolgirl.
Do you know what I love most about golfing? No. There are times when you've no hope of a shot, you've got no chance, it's impossible, but you try it anyway. You put everything that you've got into that shot, and then you just see where it goes.
So it's an interesting film because at the beginning of it, I don't know this story. Clearly, this is a story that will be well known to golf enthusiasts, and there's major golf going on now, isn't there? Didn't we get interrupted?
Let me just check with a puppet master. Not yet, no.
Oh, there's not. Okay.
It was tennis.
Couple of weeks. There was tennis, something to do with involving balls anyway. And despite the fact that I know nothing about golf, there are some golf films that I like. I mean, I like Tin Cup, I like Caddyshack, although the thing about those is that they're not really about golf. The thing about this is it is really about golf, but it is also, as you can sort of imagine from that narrative, about class. It is about following your own dreams. It is a love story. It is about family relationships, in some respects, tragic family relationships. Peter Mullen, reliable hole-in-one, obviously, in terms of the performance. Loudon well above par. See what I did there. However, the real outstanding man of the match, I don't think you can do that in golf, is Ophelia Lovibond, who I thought was really terrific and really, really made the most of that role as a woman who is not thought to be the right person for Tommy, and yet you can see why it is that he's completely smitten because of the strength of her character and because of her independence and because of this kind of sort of slightly wild edge that she has. It's also interesting that the film very clearly flags up the issue of class in a way which is done very well and is very organic to the drama. I mean, I remember us reviewing You've Been Trumped, which was, all about basically, an area of outstanding national beauty being trashed and people being driven off their homes by an incredibly rich person who decided that he was going to build golf courses for the wealthy, and it was absolutely a story of money trampling over everything else. And this is a story in which it's absolutely about the fact that there is more to everything than money. It's a story about, loyalty and independence of spirit. I mean, it's quite low key, and I don't think it's going to have a huge theatrical life, but having gone in slightly cynically, it won me over.